All right, well, peace, peace, peace. I just want, all right, peace first and foremost. Hopefully, the Most High in your house shines blessing your day. Um, May about His mercies you don't consume. Let's go out there, have like grow in our faith, obedience to the Most High in your house shall be better than we were yesterday, man. And this is something I'm kind of excited to talk about, man, because I had thought I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, like because it's crazy because I went into like it's crazy because one, this is all ties into like what I'm about to go into, man. Because this all goes into like the Garden of Eden and things of that nature. Of it's just a little observation. I'm kind of using like things, you know, from a sense I was just thinking about. But I say that to say because like a week or so ago, right? I was watching like on my iPad of because in like sports how they make stadiums um how like sometimes the basketball and hockey shit they share same stadiums. So a lot of times too, how the event crew how they like had to rework it so it could be a basketball arena and then the ice hockey arena as well. But what's crazy about that too is like the ice hockey, like when they have like sometimes like say at the stadium at the arena like Wells Fargo here in Philly, like they have like basketball games. The Sixers play there, the Flyers play there, and they have like concerts there. So but that being said, that that the ice hockey, like it's always the ice hockey. I mean, the ice is always there for the hockey games. It's always there. So even when you see the hardwood on the NBA games or concerts and things of that nature, the hardwood, I mean, the ice is still under there. That's a little fun fact. I didn't know about that, but I was looking at that last week, and also too, like it was like last Saturday. Also too, I was watching a clip of because I know I went to a Wu-Tang concert last night, so it all ties in together. I was watching like the camera interview like on his podcast. And somebody asked him about the whole Locks versus Dipset thing. So like he went into it, and what he said was really really key, and it really led me to this. It really I'm about to get to the point. It really led me to this. And it's like I was like, damn, like, cause he said, listen, like, he wasn't going to do it because he had other things on. I think during that time, the Locks and Dipset they was going on a tour, but he said this. He said Jim Jones. He said Jim Jones really wanted to perform at the Garden, and that had me thinking because like a lot of times too, like where they're like most where they're athletes, and athletes like singers, rappers, whatever, or comedians. Most entertainers they want to perform at the Garden. It's like it gives them gives them it's like it's a high for them, honestly. Like and it's like when they feel like shoot. I remember what you call 'em, shoot, name I remember when I think Kevin Hart he did his second special, not Laugh at My Pain. Like he it was the Let Me Explain tour. He said, listen, how he sold out Madison Square Garden. That was one of his biggest achievements. And like just anybody, man, like yeah, man, that's such a thing, and it had me thinking like, all right, that's a high for him. So like, it just let me think about the actual garden, man, like Garden of Eden, the place of pleasure, man, like how they had that high, how they had that lust, or how they had that um how it's like a place of pleasure for them, man, to do that, to perform there or just be there. Because many times, like shoot, even like playing the Knicks, like at Madison Square Garden, man, that's always a big thing. Always a big thing when they make the playoffs, man. That's why everybody comes there. It's a high for them, man. It's just the lights that it's a big like experience for them. But how much more like that like for that place for the guard we supposed to have for the guard spiritually for the garden, even getting back to that place of pleasure, man. Because it's crazy because I was actually when I had to start I was like one because I was just going into okay, what does the word like Madison means, man. One of the word for Madison, where it comes from, one of the words means from, it derives from like Matthew, and Matthew means what? Gift of Yahweh, gift of the Most High, gift of God, man. So like and also too, it was named after President James Madison, and James is James is like pretty much, even though he's an Edomite, he was a Caucasian, he was a white man. But I'm just saying that just it's all lining up, man. It's just things aren't just happenstance, man. Because think about it, they call what they have what the New Yorkers call what the Big Apple, and like and one of the biggest landmarks here is what the Madison Square Garden. So like it's all like it's all something like, things are spiritual, man. That's why I gotta look and hear things, watching, like, listen to hear things with spiritual odds and ears, man. Because James pretty much means Jacob. Y'all don't know that. And so like another name for James is Jacob. So like in Matthew, like because that's just one of the definitions for Matthew is the gift of the Most High, man. So it's like Jacob's gift, man. That like Madison Square Garden. Gotta look at it like that, man. So like this, just like no, let's get Luke chapter 12 and verse 32, man. I'm saying that as I say, like I'm using this worldly example, but like it's that's that should be like our desire, man. Like I think we talked about that in video a while back, man. Just how what you call like most of these like people in regular life in the world, like that just like for like New York per se, because New York is one of the capitals just in the world, but most of them like how they like want to perform or go to Madison Square Garden, man. That's how we had to be with the actual garden, man, the place of pleasure. So let's go to this Luke 12 verse 32, man, because that's just is what it is, man. It says, let's Luke chapter 12 and verse 32. It says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom." Yeah, it's his pleasure to give you the place of pleasure, man. And that's like a pleasure for people, man. Like you name them, like everybody, like any historical, like anybody, all-time great historical like athlete, musician, comedian, man. They said, listen, when they performed a sold out Madison Square Garden, it was like a pleasure for them. It was like a high for them. It was a big achievement. So like how much more should that be at the actual garden, man? Because yeah, man, that's just crazy, man. Because yeah, let's read this one more time. It says, fear not, little flock, for it is your pleasure to give you the kingdom. Yeah, so yeah, exactly, man. So it's pleasure to give you a place of pleasure, because that's what the Garden of Eden means, man. Eden means a place of pleasure, man. So even Nas, even like I'm using, since I was at the Wu-Tang concert last night, but even Nas, for example, even though like, I'm gonna say use this as an example, like even the "Hate Me Now" video, he shot that outside of Madison Square Garden, and that's crazy because even blasphemy enough, he depicts himself as Yahushua, as Christ in there. But let's go to John 19:41 real quick, because where did Yahushua die? What? And let's see where Yahushua died. What, in the garden, right? So, yeah, man, that's just, yeah. Let's go John 19:41. And now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden, new sepulchre, there was wherein there was never a man yet laid. So yeah, that's why they couldn't find Moses, because that's why I could tell too he was a prophet unto Moses, because like that's why you couldn't find like nobody. One, the reason why is because the most like a father knows his child, the father knows his children. They know that if we found Moses' body, we would worship it. And also too that being said, like Yahushua come in the volume of the book, because remember nobody could find where Moses was buried. And just like right here. And this is the same thing here. Like, there was where no man was ever laid. But now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden. And in the garden, a new sepulchre wherein it was never man yet laid, man. So that's just is what it is too, man. So and that was John 19:41. But yeah, man, and that's what you think. Like shout out to brother sent me the firstborn said, man, like that's where like shoot, Adam dying in the garden, man. That's what that was the whole Adam Eve thing was about. It was a precursor to what the Most High Yahushua in Israel, man, or Yasharala, or Yasharal, whatever you want to say, Israel, the Most High in Israel, man. That's what it is. Because shoot, a lot of times, like, listen, we're Eve. When we get on Eve, shoot, as a man, dang, we're Eve, because then we had the word and like or like then hold fast to it. Like, so that's just, and went after our own lust. So yeah, man, that's just the same thing. That's what that was about. Because what? Isaiah 46:10. He tells us to end from again. But yeah, man, that's what, shoot, even Jadakiss said on DMX, on Star or something, he said we could do it at the Garden, man. Like, listen, man, like a lot of comedy specials, a lot of performances, a lot of historical games in Madison Square Garden, man. Like, and a lot of people want to go there. Like, because Cameron said, listen, like he said, listen, when he's talking to Jim Jones, he said, listen, he really wanted to perform at the Garden. He really wanted to do it. He said, listen, I hadn't done this in a while. I really wanted to do it, man. So that's how we had to be. Like, how much more spiritually we wanted to be at that place of pleasure at the Garden, man. Because that's what the Most High. That's why where the Most High Yahushua is taking us back to, man. That's the Most High's kingdom. Actually, no, I'm gonna grab that and get that 1 Corinthians 15 that met Peter. But yeah, man. Where was I going to? Gosh, I forgot where I was going. Blah, blah, blah. Gosh, where was I going? Oh my gosh, I can't believe where I was going. Where was I going? I forgot what I just said. Yeah. Let me see. Dang, I forgot what I said, man, where I was going. So my mind. Yeah. Oh man, I got it slipped my mind. It's all good. Let's just get yeah, let's just get it. Let me get for 1 Corinthians. Oh yeah, Isaiah 46:10. Yeah, Isaiah 46:10. Yeah. Yep. Cause he's taking you back in the beginning, man. Just like I mentioned before, man. You know, what Esau during that time of then that's the difference between man and the Most High Yahushua, man, and the Lord. Because just like Esau back then in the late 90s, like, mid to late 90s, pretty much the late 90s, they were talking about all this Y2K and stuff like that. The whole Y2K thing, even though there's a lot of people that, not just one fraction that was making, like, saying that was when Yahushua was going to come back, Christ is going to come back, even though, like, it's written in the book when he's going to come back. No man knows the time nor hour. But even that, this is not just one fraction that did that, because it was a lot of people doing that. Because a lot of times people just bring, like, just certain brothers blame only brothers in the knowledge of doing that, or those certain, like, elders, whatever. They weren't the only ones that were doing that. It was actually many people saying that stuff, but that's not the case. What they were talking about back then is, like, because even though the word is the ultimate script, but the powers that be, they have a script as well. But the word of the Most High Yahushua, the scriptures all they top all that. Doesn't matter what man's plans are. The Lord's will is going to be done. But what they were talking about then, pretty much, man, like, the whole Y2K stuff like that. They were talking about stuff now, like what Elon Musk and all this stuff now, and artificial intelligence, AI. That's what they were talking about then. They were talking about what the society we live in now. They weren't really talking about, like, the end. They that's not really what they were going into. Shout out to Bird Chronicles Judah, because he pointed that out. But I said to say that's the difference between man and the Most High Yahushua, man. Because honestly, with the Most High future, that's crazy. Because the Most High future and his future kingdom in the future, man, in the world to come, he's taking you back to the beginning. See, man can't do that. They always just trying to good, because we see all the time in movies all the time, like, in cartoons, the Jetsons or 2001: Space Odyssey. Like, the future is just all this high tech and stuff like that. But what future that man can't make can't take you back to the beginning, but it still be the future, still be the world to come. It still one man can't make the world to come, but still, if y'all understand what I'm saying, like, the Most High and Yahushua's future is taking you back to the beginning, but man can do that. Man's future is just like, this high techness and that, and also too, man, like, I think like Styles P said in the interview one time, man, like, you can't, like, that's why, like, even in that, right, like, they're trying to have, like, I remember working at the city, man. Even I was working with, he said, listen, even, like, machines get tired, because I did labor work, man. He said, listen, even they run out of gas and batteries, things of that nature. But like Styles P said in the interview one time, he said, listen, man, you can't, like, because they were talking about, like, having, like, I think it was during that time. Well, I think they still have it. Like, they're gonna have a lot of music artists, like, Tupac and Biggie and stuff like that, record new albums with these artificial intelligence. But I remember Styles P saying in the interview, listen, you can't replace the human soul. You can't replace the human spirit, man. You just can't, man. That's what it is. And that's why I was just thinking about that, and even in the shower, not to get too deep, in the shower yesterday, man. I was thinking about that, man. That's why that John 6:63 is so important, man, because I look at it like that, looking at the, like the brother Sqaure said, like, looking at the word, the Most High Yahushua's eyes, man, and focusing on the gospel and the testimony, how they come in the volume of the book, because it's similar to that, man, because, like, when you're focusing on doctrine a lot of times and teaching, yeah, that's cool. That's cool to go into. I still go into it from time to time, but, like, it can come off as, like, robotic. Okay, this is this and this and that. Like, it's like more of like a curriculum, rather than, like, for when you focus on the gospel and the testimony of the Most High Yahushua, it's like it's going to hit your spirit. No, let's go to John 6:63 real quick, man, because Cause yeah, it's just like shit, and a lot of brothers like been pointing out, man. Cause it's like, you know, because when you focus on that, like even a lot of stuff, that's why I do the raw scriptures stuff a lot. Because a lot of stuff like scriptures I brought out, well, most of it was doctrine. It was like of doctrine that like I thought at the time, like watch like a few videos, like from talking with other brothers, things of that nature. But then when you go into it, it's like, okay, wait, now that's not talking about that. That's not talking. That's talking about this. But when you focus on testimony or the Most High House, you're never gonna go wrong, man. Seriously. Because it's giving the praise, honor, esteem to them and how they come. Because he said, listen, Psalms, John, Job, he comes in the volume of the book. His testimonies on in heaven and earth is written by him. When you focus on that, like reading it from their perspective, man, it's not going to be wrong. But let me grab this. Did I read Isaiah 46 and 10? I did not. Declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, these things that are yet not yet done. My counsel shall stand, and I will do my pleasure. Just like I said, the Lord's will be done, even though man makes his plans. But let me grab this John chapter 6 and 63. It says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profit nothing. The words I speak, they unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. So yeah, man. That's just it, man. You gotta read things like listen and watch things with spiritual eyes and ears, man. Listen, because what that says in Proverbs 20:12, the Most High gave what eyes to see and ears to hear, man. That's talking about spiritually as well. It's talking about naturally as well, but spiritually as well, man. But that's why Sqaure 25:9 says, blessed that having ears to hear, man. But that's why how shall I say that a lot of times. That's why I'm even making this, man, spiritually, like making this comparison, like from a Madison Square Garden, like to this, man, to the Garden of Eden, man, because that's what it is, man. It's really like because like what this like Jacob's gift, like because James Madison's the guy that is named after, and James is another way of saying Jacob, and Madison it comes from Matthew and gift, man. So we gotta look at it like that, man. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is too, man. So then let's hit this First Corinthians real quick, man, because I ain't mean to detour on that, but yeah, man, hey, that's it goes. That's how spirit's moving, man. But yeah, man, like I said, like yeah, man. Shout out to brother sent me firstborn too, cause like yeah, cause yeah, like it's a lot of times too. Like I said earlier in the last video I just did, the Yahushua's kingdom. I'm pretty sure y'all brothers and sisters know this, but Yahushua's kingdom and the Most High's kingdom, two different kingdoms. Even though the Yahushua still gonna be getting praise in its kingdom, because what? It's just like the story of Joseph, like and Pharaoh, like only enthroned, like will I be greater? So yeah, because because Yahushua, we can get in Revelation, he's gonna have his seat next to the Father in the Most High's kingdom. So back at the garden. So yeah. But yeah, let's just grab this. But he's gonna give the kingdom back to. Let's give First Corinthians 15 and verse 24. It says, "Then cometh the end, where he had delivered the kingdom up to Yahweh, even the Father, when he shall put down all the rule and authority in power." So yeah. Yeah, so that's what it is, and like I said, that's what that whole Joseph was about, man. Only enthroned, or I'll be greater than you. So yeah, let's grab that Revelation real quick. But yeah, man, just like this is what it is. Revelation chapter 22 in verse where is it at? Revelation 22 verse throne. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, then that's one. Let's see. Oh yeah, yep. Revelation 22 and 3. I'm sorry. And there was no more curse. Yeah, that's curse. A lot of times too. I was talking about this. I think I was on the. No. I think I was watching the brother Kwame call and Shalimar camp the other day too. Because yeah, this could tie into the curses of Deuteronomy 28, but this really more important talking about the curses of law, sin, and death, because that's what Galatians 3:13, that's a curse. I mean, also too, you can look at the curses at Deuteronomy 28, that's what Yahushua came to redeem us for. But the curses of what that he really came to redeem us for is like, what, back to the beginning, what? Speaking of guarding that, the law of sin and death, so that's what it is. This is what that curse is in Revelation 22 and 3. And there was no more curse, but the throne of Yahweh and the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. So yeah, man, that's is what it is, man. And it's like back to the beginning, like where Adam could see him, Like, that's the same thing in the kingdom. And in the Most High kingdom, it says, and they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their forehead. So yeah, man. Also, too, this kind of like Jacob in a way too, because they ain't saying Peniel, in Genesis 28, he said, "Here, here's what I saw," like the Most High and Yahushua. So yeah, man. Yeah, let's grab where's going Second Peter, man, because just like, yeah, man, just like how all these like, um, um, just like just like that that Jay-Z song I was listening to, like the other day on the Black album, which I talked about before, which we talked about before. He has a song called Allure, man. It's like because a lot of times too that happens in real life, man. Not only movies and TV, man, but it's like it happens a little in real life. Like say certain like people in the drug game, certain niggas in drug game, or like anybody in drug game, like they get away from it, but it's that lust and that allure, the love of it, the rush of it that brings it back, man. Because I believe I was watching like video of the Supreme McGriff out of Queens. That's what the person that put the hit out that shot 50 Cent nine times. They say 50 got. Some people say that he didn't, from New York in that area, say he didn't get shot 9 times. It is what I don't know. But Supreme McGriff, he used to be with Murder Inc. with Irv Gotti, Chris Gotti, and Ja Rule, and and back in the 80s, 90s, things of that nature. But he even, but I was watching a video about him, but he even stopped. He even stopped. He left the game. He left the drug game alone. Then it came back to him, man. So that's just what that is, man. But it's just like, but I'm saying that to say it's just the love. It's just like just like I'm saying, just like most of these athletes, entertainers, singers, comedians, how they want to like perform at a place like Madison Square Garden, because that's one of the biggest places to perform in the world. How they want to do that garden, being a place of pleasure. That's how much more we spiritually have that same type of spirit, same mentality to want to get into the new city, that place of pleasure, that New Jerusalem, man, will be the garden again. So let's grab this 2 Peter 3 and verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for a new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Yeah, so let's get this wisdom of Solomon real quick, man, because we know that righteous is what. Let's get it. Let's get wisdom of Solomon 1:15. I didn't read this scripture in a while, but yeah, I'm gonna read this. Let me read 2 Peter 3 and 13 again. It says, "Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." Let's see, and we know, let's get wisdom Solomon chapter 1 verse 15. For righteousness is immortal. So yeah, that's that immortality. Living forever, man. And that's the two things too. I was gonna go into that too, man. Because honestly, like a lot of times too, yeah. I mean, like us, like because that we shout out to brother send me your firstborn, man. Because I'm gonna bring this out. I was gonna bring it out another time, but like that's because we never been in a place of power before. Because that ruling over nations, all the other nations, man. That's great. That's phenomenal, man. That is great. That's a blessing. That's like that's 2 Thessalonians 1:6. That's a righteous thing to recompense to do that, man. But honestly, like I remember even like had taken driving lessons like last year, man. Like I was talking to actually my driving coach. Teacher, man. Actually, I haven't talked to him in a while, but it was like last spring. Like one of my aunts, like she put me onto him, and she got connected to my mom, put me onto it. He was a Jehovah's Witness like my dad, but he said something really key. He said, "Listen, man," because he's going to like know about Jehovah's Witness things and nature. I told him I was into scriptures as well, but we didn't kind of go in depth to it. But he said, "Listen," he said, "Don't you want to like live forever?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I just stuck out to me, man. Like and that's what it is, man. That immortality, because yeah, man, ruling all with other nations. Hey, that's great, that's phenomenal, man. But we said let's get to Judges 6 and 16, man, because it's really not like it's really not a light thing for the Most High Yahushua to take these nations down. That's really not. What we said, I get it, because we've been the state of our people, like the state of our people, how we've been through our history, and like how we've been, especially how we like in this time period with the conditions we see and our people go through, man. And even though our history, well, one is our fault, but two, like but even in our fault, like the Most High he's merciful and compassionate. He's listening. I will recompense the other nation for what they did to my people. So But yeah, but it's not really that's I can tell. That's why the ultimate, like going back to that First Corinthians 15, the ultimate enemy is sin and death, which Yahweh shall conquer, man. Because like what did he say? Remember what he said to Gideon? He said, "Listen, I'll make Midian as one man." Let me grab this in Judges 6:16. It says, "And the Lord said unto him, Surely I will be with thee and smite the Midianites as one man." So yeah, man, the Most High could take all these Edom, Ishmael, Ham, the Philistines, Canaanites, the Chinese, Arabs, Japanese, all these other nations. He could take them out like nothing, man. That ain't nothing because he created them. It's nothing like. It's not nothing too hard for me. That's why, like, in second Edges, when you read that in 13, man, they gonna be scared to fight him, man. Like, and it's like, it's gonna be like Mortal Kombat. I remember watching the brother from GMS say that one time on his videos. He what was it? He called it. It was some a while ago. The big payback video. He was playing James Brown. He said, "Yeah, man, it's gonna be like." Somebody said, "No, I think they said, it's gonna be a Mortal Kombat, like flawless victory. Like, no, that's what it's gonna be, man. It's not like they these nations is proud, particularly like Esau's really proud. They really think they could beat the Most High Yahweh. But that's just neither here nor there. But my point is being that it's nothing for them to do that, man. But it's really overcoming sin and death, man. That's really what it is, and that's what going back to that place of pleasure, man. That's what just doing the righteousness. That's what it is, man. Because honestly, like I always say, man, like I say, bro, that it's like that Amos, man. Even Peter, man, like even me, I never wanted to see my natural pops, my natural father. I never wanted to see my father upset, my dad upset. My pops upset. I never want to see that. Shoot, I don't like it. Seeing now, I always used to say, like, that's like that old Chris Rock joke. He said, listen, or even just in general with our people, man. When one growing up, especially for me, like even the generation before me, like, listen, if whatever you did got to your mom, that was a problem. But if it got to your dad, you know it's a problem. Even Chris Rock made a joke one time. He said, when he said about his mom, like, about Jake, and his mom, when they said, listen, I'm gonna tell you mom. He said, I'm gonna tell you dad. He said, all right, chill. That's how it is, man. So like, how much more like the Heavenly Father, man? Why would I want to see, like, 'cause that's why it says, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. What? And like, why shoot? Like, one, we had to be right. I had to be right, in that day, Lord willing, if I even see that day. Like, that's why he said, listen, who's going to find faith in the earth? I had to be right. We going to have to be right. And two, man, it's like, why would I want to see, like, the anger of the Lord, his indignations, righteous indignation? Like, why would I want to see him upset? I don't want to see that. Shoot, that's scary. That's why, like, all the prophets said, listen, Isaiah said there was gonna be a scary day. Like, Ezra said he was even scared. He said, even Isaiah said, mighty men will be like women in that day, man. So that's just is what it is, man. But yeah, man, my point being is that, man, that's just what it is, man. Like, um that's just what it is, man. Like, just how, like, they wanted people like Jadakiss said, like, DMX niggas and start something. We could do it at the Garden. Just like, people like, all these people, like, like, say for entertainers, they want to be at the Garden, like the Madison Square Garden. How much more should we have that same lust, desire, and to be at the Garden of Eden, place of pleasure, man? Because that's a pleasure, as it's a pleasure for them, it should be a pleasure for us, man. Actually, you know what? That's why the Romans says this, man. Have that desire, man. Romans chapter 12 and verse and 12 and 11. Not slothful in business, but fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. So yeah, man, let's get that. What business, man? Let's Luke 2 and 49, man. So we should have the same thing, man. Because it's his pleasure to give you the place of pleasure, And also too, that the pleasure is the inward, the Holy Spirit, the inward man. Like, that's what Luke 11 is about. How much you want the Holy Spirit, and that's what, and that kingdom is within you. So let's get Luke, but going to his business. Luke chapter 2 verse 49. He said unto him, how is it that ye sought me, and was he not I must be about my Father's business? So I'm gonna read that one more time. And he said unto him, how is it that ye sought me? Was ye not that I must be about my Father's business? So yeah, man, that's what it is, man. God serve him, like, serve him with a fervent spirit, man. Like, that fervent, that for shoot, this the same way as that fervent he um in Second Peter, like, that's how the Most High House wants us to serve them, man. Because what did it say in Hebrews 12:29? He's a consuming fire, right? And Jeremiah says, "What his words like a fire," right? So that's how he wants you to serve him. Like, for sake Psalms and Philippians says, serve him with fear and trembling, man. Have that constant fire, man. Like, the spirit, like, akin to a fire, man. So, yeah, man. So hopefully hopefully this is edifying for you brothers and sisters, man. So peace.